What is up, you horror nerds? It's me, your host once again, Jeremiah Duncan. Welcome back to the channel. Today's review I've got for you is a movie that is based on a true story. I am talking about the 2019 release of The Haunting of Borley Manor. Borley. So yes, it is an English film, so that's why I had to do that. And I apologize because I have a horrible accent. It is not rated. If you aren't familiar with this film, let's get you connected and then we'll talk. We'll discuss. Based on the shocking true story. 1944 England, a recovering American serviceman is sent to a remote cottage in Essex where he is instructed to monitor German airwaves. His nightmares of combat haunt him, and his rehabilitation is distracted by the discovery of the half-demolished Borley Manor and something ungodly that is still there. This evil presence follows him back to the cottage, and his nightmares overlap into hell. He calls on Harry Price, a famous paranormal investigator, to come help him solve the mysteries of the Nun of Borley. So, typically when I see these type of movies, you know, they kind of look like the ones you see at Walmart, you know, that you check out and you're like, hey, it might be good. And 80% of the time you're horribly disappointed. Bing, you've hit it. Now, I will say I had zero expectations of this being good at all. But it surprised me. I will tell you that. It did surprise me because the cinematography is on point. It's beautifully shot. The special effects, we'll talk about that. But the story is actually kind of cool. I mean, like, it's kind of cool that it's set in World War II, you know, and kind of has this vibe of the American soldier in here trying to, you know, like, you don't really see a lot of World War II stuff. I mean, it's somewhat, but so I thought that was kind of a cool nod, and the acting was actually really good. So I'm like, oh. And then they had the nun, the ghost, show up, and whoa, that's the special effects were mid at best. The nun did not look good. The makeup and everything was horrible. It felt like they were trying to rip off The Nun a little bit, the movie The Nun from the Conjuring universe, and it did not translate well. And I feel like they could have made it creepier had the score on this for me would have went up if The Nun had looked a lot better. Not to mention that the ending was so lame. I mean, so freaking lame. It killed it for me, unfortunately. With The Nun and the ending, it was like built up, and then I was just completely disappointed at the end because it was just all over, and much like my second marriage. So this got horrible reviews, though. I mean, I looked them up, and I could see why, but it's definitely not as bad as what a lot of the haters were saying. I mean, like I said, I wasn't expecting much, so went into it with low hopes, and they actually exceeded that, so that's a good thing. It was directed by Stephen M. Smith, who actually produced Dead Again, which I did a review on that. You can look it up. That's a kind of a fun movie. It's not bad, not great, but it's a fun movie. It does feature Zach Clifford, who I don't know who he really is. But what's really hilarious, though, and I had to share with you because it seriously cracked me up so much I laughed for like a couple minutes. But I was looking to see who the actors and actresses and the directors and writers are. That's what I do for all the video reviews. And Zach Clifford's, I pull it up to see what other stuff he's been in. And I've never seen this film. I don't know anything about it. But I seriously laughed so hard when I saw that he was in a short called Racist Lady Gets COVID. And I just thought that was the funniest thing. So I had to share it, because it cracked me up so much that now I want to see Racist Lady Gets COVID, because that just sounds hilarious. Again, this was based on a true story, but even the stuff that I read about it, it doesn't really align with the true story at all, which is kind of interesting. Now, it's also, just one other point, this says The Haunting of Borley Manor. It's also titled and packaged as well as The Haunting of Borley Rectory. So if you see that, it's the same film. Don't let it trip you up. But I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Not the best thing I've ever seen. Not the worst. Would I watch it again? Absolutely not. If you've seen it, comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like, subscribe, hit the death bell for notifications. Appreciate y'all so much. Stick around. We've got more